Welcome to Standard 7 Social Science class. In this session, we are here to recall our history lessons. Lesson 1 Sources of Medieval India and Lesson 2 Emergence of New Kingdom in North India. Okay, children, get ready for today's class. Lesson 1 Sources of Medieval India. Indian history is divided into three periods: ancient, medieval, and modern period. The period of the Indian subcontinent that comes between the ancient and modern period starts from AD 700 to 1700. The medieval period in India is further divided into early medieval period starts from AD 700 to 1200 and the later medieval period starts from AD 1200 to 1700. Sources. Sources are the supporting materials, documents or records in the form of evidence that help to reconstruct the past. Sources are classified as primary sources and secondary sources. Primary sources. Primary sources are inscriptions, monuments and coins. Inscriptions. Inscriptions are writings engraved on hard surfaces like metals, rocks, stones and temple walls. Copper plate grants issued during the later Chola period. Some of the examples are Tiruvalangadu plates of Rajendra Chola I, the Anbil plates of Sundara Chola, Uttiramerur inscription in Kanjipuram district. Monuments. Monuments and buildings often provide information about the period during which they were built. Temples, palaces and mosques can tell us not only of the religious practices but also about the political, economic and social conditions of that time. Coins. Coins are pieces of metal that are used as money. They are usually issued by the ruler of a kingdom. The information gathered from coins tells us about the kingdom, confirmed dates during which particular kings ruled. We already discussed the coins of Iltutmish, Alauddin Khalji and copper coins of the later Islamic rulers. Secondary sources. Secondary sources are literary works, chronicles, travelogues, biographies and autobiographies. There are two types of literature we learnt in this lesson. One is religious literature and another one is secular literature. Religious literature is also called as devotional literature. The Chola period was known as the period of devotional literature, and works such as Kamba Ramayanam, Sekilar's Periya Puranam, etc. Secular literature. Secular literature is any literature which is not rooted in religious beliefs, practices and traditions, and works such as Chand Bardai's Prithviraj Raso, Kalhana's Raja Tarangini. Books. Minhaj-us-Siraj, patronized by Sultan Nasiruddin Muhammad of Slave Dynasty, wrote Tabaqat-i-Naziri. Hasan Nizami, a migrant from Ghazni, wrote Taj-ul-Mazir. It provides information about Qutbuddin Aibak and is considered the first official history of the Delhi Sultanate. Zia-ud-Barni, a courtier of Muhammad bin Tughlaq wrote Tariq-i-Firoz Shahi. He dealt with the history of Delhi Sultanate from Ghiyasuddin Balban to the early years of the reign of Firoz Shah Tughlaq. The Babur-Nama Tuski Jahangir, the autobiography of the Mughal Emperor Babur and Jahangir. The Akbar-Nama and Ain-i-Akbari, the biography of Emperor Akbar wrote by Abul Fazl, contain detailed descriptions of life during the Mughal rule. Travelers and travelogues. Medieval India saw several foreigners entering the land as travelers, as students, and as pilgrims. Al-Biruni, the Persian traveler, came to India with Mahmud of Ghazni in the 11th century. He wrote Taqi-e-Hind. This book contains a wealth of information on the culture and economy of medieval India. Ibn Battuta, Morocco-born traveler, wrote about the reign of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Marco Polo, a Venetian traveler, wrote an interesting account of the social customs and culture of South India. Lesson 2: Emergence of New Kingdom in North India. After the death of Harshavardhan in 647 AD, his empire broken up into several small states and kingdoms. The states and kingdoms were rarely at peace with one another, with each trying to conquer the others. During this time, many warriors and chieftains came to power under the kings. The parts of northern and western India were taken over by the Rajputs. The more important of the Rajput kingdoms were the Gurjara Pratiharas, the Chauhans, the Paramaras, the Chandelas, and the Palas. The Gurjara Pratiharas. The Pratiharas were one of the most powerful of the various Gurjara clans, and the empire they established came to be known as the Gurjara Pratiharas. Nagabhatta I ruled from 730 to 756 AD, established the Pratihara dynasty and took control of Ujjain. Nagabhatta II ruled from 805 to 833 AD, captured Kanauj. Bhoja I ruled from 836 to 885 AD, grandson of Nagabhatta II, was a powerful ruler. The Gurjara Pratihara empire broken up into several independent kingdoms around 950 AD. Around 1019 AD, Mahmud of Ghazni took control of Kanauj and Pratihara dynasty came to an end. The Palas of Bengal. In Bengal, after the death of Harsha in 750 AD, the people elected Gopala as their ruler. His son Dharmapala, who ruled from AD 770 to 810, made the Pala kingdom a powerful force in northern Indian politics. He was succeeded by his son Devapala, who ruled from 810 to 850 AD. He extended Pala control eastwards. After Devapala, 5 rulers ruled the region insignificantly. In 988 AD, Mahipala I ascended the throne. He is called the second founder of Pala dynasty. He was defeated by the Chola king Rajendra Chola in 1023 AD. After the death of Mahipala I, the Pala dynasty started to decline. the Chauhans. In the 12th century, Ajay Raja broke free from the Gurjara Pratiharas and established the Chauhan dynasty. The Chauhans ruled from AD 956 to 1192 AD. Ajay Raja built his capital at Ajmer. The best known Chauhan ruler was the legendary Prithviraj Chauhan, who ascended the throne in 1177 AD. In 1191 AD, Prithviraj Chauhan challenged and defeated Muhammad Ghori, the Turkish invader, in the first battle of Tarain. In the next year, 1192 AD, Prithviraj defeated by Ghori in the second battle of Tarain. Contribution of Rajputs to culture. Rajput courts were center of culture. Literature, music, dance, paintings, fine arts and sculptures flourished. Rajput paintings focused on religious themes. Their style of painting is called Rajasthani. The Rajputs were great builders. Some of the important Rajput buildings are Fortress of Chittorgarh, Mandu, Gwalior, etc. The temples in Khajuraho, the Sun Temple in Konark, etc. are the examples of their architecture. Contribution of Palas to culture. They were patrons of Buddhist temples and famous universities of Nalanda and Vikramasila. It was through their missionaries that Buddhism was established in Tibet. The Pala bronze sculpture played an important part in the spread of Indian culture in Southeast Asia. Advent of Islam. Islam as a religious faith originated at Mecca in Arabia. The founder of Islam was Prophet Muhammad. The followers of Islam are called as Muslims. Arab conquest of Sindh. In 712 AD, an Arab, Muhammad bin Qasim, invaded Sindh. Qasim defeated Dahir, the ruler of Sindh, and killed him in the battle. The capital of Sindh was captured. Qasim extended his conquest further into Multan. He organized the administration of Sindh. Muhammad of Ghazni ruled from AD 997 to 1030. Muhammad is said to have conducted 17 raids into India. At that time, North India was divided into number of small kingdoms. He aimed at plundering the rich temples and cities of North India. Muhammad of Ghazni was not interested in ruling the territories he conquered. Muhammad died in 1030 AD. Muhammad of Ghori, who ruled from 1149 to 1206. After the death of Muhammad of Ghazni, Muhammad of Ghori brought Ghazni under his control. In 1175 AD, Muhammad captured Multan, and in 1186 AD he attacked Punjab and captured it. That brought him into conflict with Prithviraj Chauhan of Delhi. In 1191 AD, Ghori attacked Prithviraj Chauhan, the Rajput ruler of Delhi and Ajmer. Prithviraj defeated Ghori in the first battle of Tarain. The following year, Prithviraj was defeated by Ghori in the second battle of Tarain. The defeat of Prithviraj marked the end of the Rajput ruler in North India. The kingdom of Delhi passed into the hands of Muhammad of Ghori. The main reason for the success of the Turks in India was the lack of unity among the Rajput chiefs. Then the Turkish army was better organized than the Indian force. I hope you would have understood both the lessons and prepare well for your online test which will be conducted on 15th July. Thank you.